I am a trans woman, or trans girl if you prefer. I am panromantic, and I am asexual. I am LGBT. I am a member of the community. I support the rights of the community. And it's a honestly very big deal for me. Everything that I do, everything that I support and think about, in some way can boil down to the LGBT community. Even shows and stuff I like that kind of stuff does make its way into that. Whether through the ships I support or through actual canon characters being LGBT, and so much more. The point is that it is a integral part of who I am. I take great pride in being a trans girl, in being a girl in general. Despite the way I look, despite the way I sound, despite like me not being the stereotypical viewpoint of what a girl is, I take pride that I am a girl. I take pride in being panromantic. I can have romantic attraction towards anybody, no matter what gender they identify as, because I see them for who they are and not their gender. And I take pride in my asexuality. Yes, I can acknowledge when someone is attractive. I can acknowledge that sometimes characters or people who showcase cleavage or have defined butts or whatnot, yeah, I can admit that they're attractive, and yeah, I can acknowledge their sexiness. But as an asexual, I just don't have a desire for sex. I just don't want to fuck them, for lack of a better way to put it. But I'm saying all of this because of today's top 10 video. Today we are going to be counting down the top 10 LGBTQ plus anthems in music. So what exactly does this mean? What makes a song an anthem for the LGBTQ plus community? Well, I have a different definition of that than some people might, and that's perfectly fine. It's all a case-by-case basis. For me, the song doesn't necessarily have to be about the LGBT community. It doesn't necessarily have to explicitly say that is what it's talking about with its lyrics and everything. And it doesn't even have to be said by the writers and / singers of the songs that's what it's about. The song just has to resonate on a level with me and with others even as well. But as it's my personal list, especially with me, it has to resonate in a way that I can connect it to my experience of being LGBT, of being a trans girl, of being panromantic, asexual. How do these songs connect to my experience with that? How do they make me feel? Do they help my pride in being LGBT? Do they make me feel better when I'm feeling down because others have invalidated my orientation or my gender? Things like that. So the 10 songs that will be listed, and they will be on a redirected video just because of copyright issues. The 10 songs listed are, again, not necessarily songs related to the LGBT community. Some of them definitely will be, but not all of them. And I just view them personally as songs that I connect to the community, and that I connect to my experiences being LGBT and my experiences within the community. But first, before we begin that, I do want to go over a few honorable mentions, ones that just barely didn't make the list. And one of the big reasons why is because another qualifier for this list is just personal taste. Let's be honest. I mean, I still have to like the song because it's my favorite LGBTQ plus anthems. So these ones didn't make the list, partially because of taste, and not saying they're bad at all. They're very, very good. That's why they're still honorable mentions. They just barely missed out for one reason or another. There's the taste reason. There's the fact that I just might feel that it's a little more subtle with its messages that can connect to the LGBT community, or or if it's one of those songs that don't fully connect to that, I just don't see the connection personally as much. You get the general idea. So the honorable mentions are Girls, Girls, Boys by Panic at the Disco. This one was definitely left off the list just because of the other ones. Personally for me, just enjoying more for one reason or another. Girls, Girls, Boys is a good song, and Brendan Urie does amazing at it, but it's not my favorite Panic at the Disco song by any means. I like a lot more of their music above that one. Next we have We Are Golden by Mika. Again, love the song, and this one's one of the ones that is not technically about the LGBTQ plus community, but you could definitely read it that way with the lyrics. But it's a lot more subtle even when reading it that way. So this one, that's why that's an honorable mention. We also have I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. This one is touted by many to be a great LGBT anthem. And I definitely see why with the lyrics, but just like with We Are Golden, I just feel it's a little more subtle and it's clearly not talking about that. But again, I can see why people would make that connection. We have Dancing Queen by ABBA. This one, I feel like there are better ABBA songs to connect to just a lot of different things. Dancing Queen's probably one of the best ones for the likes of trans girls, like myself, because it definitely has this feeling of like embracing who you are, but it's specifically referencing females. So it's hard. I mean, guys can call themselves queens. Non-binary people can call themselves queens. But still, it's like, I don't know. It's a little more one note for me. I feel like it represents more like one faction of the community rather than the entire community. And honestly, while I love ABBA and I love Dancing Queen, it's, again, not my favorite ABBA song necessarily. And the last one on my honorable mentions is Fucking Perfect by Pink. Again, amazing song, and this one is more like Girls, Girls, Boys by Panic at the Disco. It was just kind of outranked with the list. But now we're going to get to the top 10, and once again, that will be redirected. One more rule for this list. On the actual list, only one song per artist. So, like, you can't have multiple songs by, like, Tegan and Sarah, I don't know. They're often referred to as big names for the LGBT community in terms of music. So, yeah, but you can't have, like, more than one song by one artist. But all of these will be linked as a video on BitChute. So go to the description below, follow the link to the video, and I hope you enjoy. Please leave all comments, thoughts, and everything in the comment section below. Tell me what are some of your favorite LGBT anthems. Or even if you're not big into that kind of thing, just tell me what you think of the songs on the list. Like, do you just like the songs? Tell me your thoughts down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoy the list.